What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are all enjoying your wonderful day. It's going to be yet another forecast on the potential for potentially two major snowstorms that can bring in a white start to 2021 for millions of people. One storm could possibly bring in up to near 2 feet of snowfall across portions of the Midwest days before New Year's, and as well looking at another system in the South Central and as well including the Midwest again on New Year's Day. So we're looking at two snowstorms that can bring in a white, not white Christmas, but white New Year's and white start to 2021 here. So we're going to be looking at who can get that snow, the timing, when that first snowstorm will take place, when that second one will take place, who can get affected, and as well if you're not getting snow, as well what can you get on New Year's for your weather for the first day of 2021. So we're going to be looking at throughout all this today's video. So if you want to know whether you can get a white New Year's Eve or New Year's, be sure to hit that like button and watch the full video, and I will be doing more updates. And if you want to know if you're traveling for New Year's to see family, if you want to know what the conditions will be like ahead of you, then watch this as I cover these two potential major snowstorms here with all the great details you can get. But without further ado, let's get in the video. So let me go ahead and exit out this full screen here. Let's go look at what we have right now for the National Weather Service. So as you do see, we actually already now have some windstorm watches across portions of Nebraska and Iowa. So that's actually in effect for this potential first snowstorm here. So the first snowstorm, we actually already have some actual winter weather alerts for that first snowstorm. The low pressure currently is actually off the west coast here. It's going to gradually make its way now inland here and going to bring in some very heavy snow across portions of the southwest, and that's going to really meet up that cold air. And it's going to move more to the north and bring snow for all these areas up here into the Midwest here. So as of now, we have windstorm warnings across these areas right here in the southwest, in the southern Sierras, in California. And then, of course, we have those winter weather advisories more to the northeast in Nevada and near the Yosemite region. So that's where we're going to be seeing those first snow showers from this main low pressure. But more to the west, more to the east, we do have those windstorm watches there for portions of the Central Plains, and even some winter weather advisories across portions of Colorado and Wyoming. So that's what we have so far. So alerts are gradually coming in slowly for the snowstorm here. That second system is expected to possibly arrive in portions of the south central from the low pressure down here in the upper Gulf, and then make its way up into the Midwest here. So really the main part of this video will be focusing on the first snowstorm, but I will as well talk about the second one. Obviously, I don't want to exclude those people there, but let's take a look now at what the new GFS here. So let me actually change the run here, the model run. Let's go to the 12Z here because obviously we don't want to wait that long to see any new updates. So this is the the 12Z. So right now we have a few snow showers there into Wisconsin, the Midwest. But let's look now more into now. This is Tuesday mid-afternoon, evening. So let me move this way, it'll be easier. So as you see, we're going to be seeing some snow showers across portions of the Midwest here and as well the southwest. So there's that low pressure more to the southwest. That's bringing the snow showers to the north and to the south with a few rain showers in these areas. We're going to be more above freezing temperatures here. So this is Tuesday the 29th. Not too severe. You had those first showers actually developing here with the rain showers to the south here. So that's really what we have so far on Tuesday. Now by Wednesday, things get completely different. Now this storm looks completely different, way more severe. This low pressure is now rapidly strengthening here now in portions of Iowa. This low pressure rapidly strengthens here, and it's going to bring in heavier amounts of precipitation. Obviously to the north, we have the colder air from the Arctic blast coming in from the high pressure. Up here, we have a high pressure right here. That's going to bring that cold air as well. With the second low pressure right here in this opening, you see that opening, the isobars, that's a strengthening high pressure as well. So we have two high pressures bringing us a nice cold Arctic blast to the south, which will meet up with a trough, bringing snow to the north. We have that cold air, the Arctic blast, and to the south, we have that nice rain shower developing where you have the more humid air coming from the south here. But that's going to bring in a strengthening low pressure. It's going to bring in heavy snow to the north and heavy rain to the south here. So if you're up there in the Twin Cities, if you're up there in the Midwest, you're going to be seeing very heavy snow. This is the 30th. As we now get into later into the 30th, almost the 31st, this storm basically disappears. Here's that low pressure that brought in that snow for the Midwest. This is not the 30th, getting to the 31st. But look at it. Right here, we're going to be seeing a low pressure developing just off the Gulf Coast, and this will be the second system. So you see all that rain this won't convert to snow like the GFS yesterday. You do see it will slightly turn to sleet, but not for the southeast and not for the Ohio Valley. That completely changed now. Now we're looking at the South Central and the Ozarks here. And watch very closely. By January 1st, look at the system very, very closely. There you see that low pressure right there, strengthening, coming off the Gulf Coast at 998 millibars. Mainly rain because it's going to be very, very warm in these areas. We have a very large warm front in effect for the eastern United States as that high pressure to the west obviously advances. So really have a very warm start to your, I guess you could say, January 1st. So this is the morning of January 1st, seeing a few snow showers all the way down to like central Texas. So could we see a snowy start to New Year's in Dallas? That's a possibility here. But I'm going to go later on, not to January 1st. This is not going to be like a snowy event like from New Year's Eve into January 1st. This will be like really coming in after midnight. So it won't be snowing in 11:58 and then continue to snow past midnight. So it won't be snowing in your last minutes of 2020 and first minutes of 2021 if you're in the South Central. It could very well be possible up in the Midwest. That could happen, but definitely not with the second system here. This is a completely different low pressure, and there you see the cold front. Obviously, there's a high pressure. Going to move to the south and bring that nice cold air. That's going to move with that nice moisture. Boom, big snowstorm, very heavy snow potentially for Kansas City, heavy snow for Tulsa, and potentially heavy snow up there near Jefferson City. And look at that. This is now by, let me go very quickly, 6 hours back. This is now by evening at dusk for January 1st. And it may not be like the clock going down in New York City, snow happening. It really won't be like that. But around 18 hours later, it'll be an absolute mess here. That low pressure continues to strengthen there at 995 millibars. That cold air continues to move south. Going to continue to see some big time flooding here. So not going to be a fun New Year's for you guys up there into the up in the East Coast there. Going to be really a big, I guess, soaker. And then by January 2nd, that snow moves out and goes towards Canada. So we're looking at millions to get affected by whether it's this first snowstorm or the second snowstorm. So back to the first snowstorm. Let me go ahead and move this way so you guys can see it. There you see that snow developing all the way down to the west, and that's because there's you see that low pressure right there. You see that little opening, the isobars. That's a low pressure, not a high pressure. More to the north, up near British Columbia and Alberta. You guys as well have another high pressure there, and that's going to bring in that cold air. Let me go. There's that nice cold air. The high pressure is going to meet up with that moisture, moving up north, and that's going to create that snow for portions of the Rockies up in the Four Corner states. And this is now, and by that Tuesday, the 29th, completely different scenario the next day. 30th, we have that high pressure. Let's see, the high pressure is right here, that little opening, the isobars. It's going to bring that nice cold air. There's that low pressure right in the middle between that rain-snow mix. To the south, we have those potential severe weather threat with that more warmer temperatures, but more to the north, of course, we do have those colder temperatures below freezing. And that's going to bring in snowy, not only Wednesday, but a snowy Thursday as well for some of these areas in the upper Midwest. Looking at very heavy snow for areas like the Twin Cities there. Again, another snowy holiday for these areas. Minneapolis, the Dakotas, the upper Midwest. You guys got a snowy Christmas. Technically, the snow came in the 23rd and 24th, but that stuck around on the 25th. Same thing here. Snow's going to happen before the holiday, but it will stick around for the actual holiday. So it's kind of a similar scenario there. But there you see severe weather to the south and very heavy snow to the north. So this is the 30th. Now by the 31st, we're seeing getting some interesting conditions now. There's that low pressure development just off Texas. That other low pressure is way up to the north. That's going to bring some snow up there for south central, even southeastern Canada. But there you see that main system right there. There's that second low pressure coming off the Gulf Coast, and this is going to be the second system here. So by the 31st, the morning of the 31st, that first system is over, but that's going to be perfect time for that second system there. So this is now by the 31st in the morning. See all that rain across the eastern United States. We have two areas where that snow come in. There's a high pressure to the northwest. We're going to see some few snow showers developing in the Chicago region. We will be seeing some below freezing temperatures. And then there as well, a few snow showers developing as far south as the Mexico border there on the 31st. And look at this. It looks like it's going to be a big system for Ohio, the eastern United States, but it's going to try to maintain to the west because temperatures here will be very, very warm. I mean, very warm. Highs could be in 60s and 50s for areas that got a white Christmas here. So it's going to be a huge warm up from that that nice high pressure there. Going to bring in that big influence with that cold front to the south, or sorry, to the north. But there, we will be seeing below freezing temperatures out here for portions of the south central, surprisingly. That's going to bring a good chance for snow for Dallas, a good snow for Fort Worth as well. Even a few big ice threats for Tulsa and portions of the south central where that snow mix will be. Later on, this is now by the January 1st. This is now at the midnight. This is now midnight when the clock has dropped in the square area, Times Square. But it'll be 11 p.m. for Central Time. So that snow's going to really rapidly increase as the low pressure strengthens here. Look at that. Very heavy snow for areas like Dallas, for Gainesville, Texas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, all the way down to Joplin, Jefferson City, and even potential snow all the way up to Chicago. Chicago, this could be your storm. This could be your storm here. So it could be a nice start to winter for 2021 there. Other Chicago, look at that. Now later on, I believe this is now by later on 4 a.m. Central Time, way after the clock has dropped there in Times Square. There's snow really coming down in the south central still for like Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Kansas City. You guys may see a snowy start for your first hours in 2021, as well as Des Moines, as well as Chicago, all the way down to areas like Pennsylvania where you guys will be below freezing. On the other hand, however, you will be seeing big flooding across this whole eastern corridor there on I-95 and I-75 across more areas to the south. Now by January 1st, later on in the afternoon, that's just going to continue for Chicago. That's going to continue as far as Jefferson City. So it's going to be very widespread. You're going to be seeing that little loop. There's that little pressure. It's going to loop around there and bring in very heavy rain across, of course, the East Coast there. And then it moves out by January 2nd. Maybe a few snow showers on the 2nd for some areas there in the Ohio Valley and Midwest. All right, snowfall totals here. This is where things get really interesting. So this is what the European has. I'll be looking at the Midwest, GFS and European, and then I look at the South Central with GFS and European, so I can just go in a more organized manner. So this is the first system here, still very widespread with a new update here, but obviously the main threat is going to be right here across this whole area here for areas like Des Moines, Madison, Wisconsin, Rockford, all the way down to potential Kansas City. We could be seeing some big snowfall totals here. This is where we're going to be seeing a big influence and the strongest influence from that low pressure. The low pressure will be kind of just to the south of this main track. But where it's more north of that low pressure, that's where we're seeing that heavy snow. That includes these whole areas right here. So Des Moines, looking at 16 plus inches of snowfall. Areas like Madison, Wisconsin can see near a foot of snow, as well much of central and southern Wisconsin can be seeing around a foot. But more to the north, that's where we'll be seeing a few snow showers, but not going to be big time because the heaviest of the snow will be just next to that low pressure. But if you're a few hundred miles away from that low pressure, we'll see some snow, just not much. Like 2 inches there for Bismarck, 3 inches there for Pierre, and northern, much of Minnesota and northern Wisconsin, you can see around anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of snowfall. Look at that, even near 7 inches there for portions of central Nebraska, and that's where we have that windstorm watch as we speak there, up to 10 inches there in Kansas City there, and all the way, of course, up in the portions of the Rockies we can see up to near half foot to a foot there for some of these areas. This is all going to be just before New Year's. Now the GFS has a big update here. Look at this. This right here is that big bullseye there. They have continued to push it east. Look at that, Madison, Wisconsin there. Way to the east, we're seeing up to near a foot of snow there. Minneapolis up to additional 5 to 6 inches of snowfall. That snow from Christmas, from Harold, should still be on the ground because temperatures highs will struggle to get past 32 degrees. So that could be over a foot and a half of snow on the ground by when you wake up on New Year's morning. 7 to 10 inches there for areas like more like Elk Point there, central Nebraska. Look at that, near areas like Omaha. You guys have rapidly increased since yesterday, up to 7 to 10 inches of snowfall in that general area here. So looking at big updates here as this gets closer. Again, this starts in 2 days. This storm starts in 2 days. This first wave, all the way up into the portion of the Rockies, it starts bringing that snow for the Sierras and the Rockies. But look at that. Really big totals there across this whole area in the Ozarks there. Jefferson City up to a foot of snow. St. Louis, 4 to 5 inches of snow. So this is getting really great confidence in a big storm happening in portions of the Midwest here. Now we can't forget the South Central here from the second system here. Again, the second system could as well not only bring snow for the South Central, well, all the way up to the Midwest here, and that's including Chicago there. See what the Chicago says, see what the European had, or GFS, which I could look at that very, very soon. They're beginning up to 4 to 5 inches there near Chicago for the system here, but South Central, the big totals here. I mean, these aren't small totals, these are big totals here. Dallas and Fort Worth up to 1 to 2 inches of snowfall, and that's actually their annual snowfall, 1 to 2 inches, and they get that possibly on New Year's morning. As well, look at Central Texas, north of Austin, can get up to 8 inches of snowfall. El Paso, just to the south of El Paso, we can get up to a trace of snowfall, up to an inch or two, all the way down to the Mexico border. More to the north there, we'll have this colder temperatures. Oklahoma City, looking at up to near half a foot of snowfall. More to the north there, near Tulsa there, near Miami, we can get up to near a foot of snowfall. So we're looking at some big totals here in these areas here. Again, like I did say, this snow will be very, very heavy. We're going to have a big straw low pressure influenced by the cold front, and the moisture's there. So we're looking at a potential significant system. And it may look like they're overdoing it, but again, the pattern, the puzzle pieces are all there. The thing is, could it fit together? Because if they do fit together, this is all possible. It may look really high, very high totals, but it's possible. Now the GFS, kind of a bit more eastern compared to the European. Not really showing any snow there near El Paso. We're not really getting that much snow there near the Mexico border. But, of course, they're still getting that snow. For Dallas, a huge change compared to the European. Look, Oklahoma City, a trace of snow there. That's a 9-inch difference. So that's a big difference here. So again, this is still plenty of time. This is still out, especially, this is very far out, especially the second system. This is the one we're talking about. This is more than 2 days out. Of course, this we got what, tomorrow the 28th. Then you got the 29th, the 30th, the 31st, and it starts on the 1st. So you got 5 days to really get this to change here. However, obviously more to the west and the north with that first system, we have a lot less time. But getting up to 2 inches there near Dallas, I mean, that's really interesting here. Down to the south, north of Austin, we can get up to half a foot. So that's where the European and GFS are trying to agree. Kind of see, look at that, see if they get up to near 8 inches as well, near 8 inches in the exact same spot. So that's what we're looking for. You gotta look. They may be disagreeing in some big spots. That's really obvious. But you have to also look at where they're agreeing. And if you're in that area where they both agree, then confidence is higher for your area. Up all the way near Fayetteville in Arkansas, up to 4 to 5 inches. As well, the drop area can get up to 8 inches there as well. So, hope you got into the video. As we continue to go closer and closer to the system, we'll get or systems. We'll get more and more data, more information. I'll pull up now the NAMs and the HRRs once we get around 2 days out from here. So definitely very interesting, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy your wonderful Sunday.